Friday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful unfolded with the kind of breathless tension and intimate confrontations that only this show can deliver. A single misstep in the bedroom spiraled into an emotional crisis, while a confession in the shadows threatened to upend multiple lives. By the time the closing credits rolled, alliances shifted, secrets wobbled on the edge of exposure, and more than one character was left reeling. Will's panic in the bedroom. The episode began in the Forrester guest house, where Will Spencer was seen pacing the floor with a look of horror etched across his face. The young man, usually confident and composed, was visibly shaken. Flashbacks filled the screen, showing the mistake that had unfolded the night before, an impulsive moment that he had not intended and wasn't prepared to deal with. The scene was shot with tight close-ups, underscoring the weight of his panic. He muttered to himself, "What have I done? How could I let this happen?" It was clear that Will's actions, or perhaps his lack of restraint, had crossed a boundary he never meant to. Liam arrived unexpectedly, knocking on the door and calling out for his brother. Will froze, torn between covering his tracks and confessing. Liam, always sensitive to shifts in mood, instantly picked up on Will's rattled energy. "Talk to me," Liam urged gently. "You look like you've seen a ghost." Will dodged, but his voice cracked when he said, "It was just a mistake. A huge mistake. And if anyone finds out, especially Dad, it'll ruin everything." Liam narrowed his eyes but didn't push further, sensing the fragility of his younger brother's state. For now, the mystery of Will's bedroom mistake remained under wraps, but the seed of drama had been planted. Luna's burden. Meanwhile, across town, Luna found herself spiraling under a different weight. The young woman had been carrying a secret for days, her guilt gnawing at her with every passing moment. She had promised herself she wouldn't tell anyone, but the pressure had become unbearable. Viewers watched her walk along the Forrester property gardens, her face pale and her hands trembling. When Sheila Carter appeared suddenly, almost like a phantom emerging from the shadows, Luna gasped, "What are you doing here?" Luna whispered, glancing around nervously as if someone might see them together. Sheila smirked in that chilling way of hers. "Relax, sweetheart. I'm not here to cause trouble, at least, not the kind you're imagining. But you, on the other hand, you look like you've got a storm raging inside of you." Luna hesitated, then broke down. Tears welled in her eyes as she blurted, "I can't keep it in anymore. I have to tell someone, and for some reason it's you." The dangerous confession. Sheila leaned in, her eyes glinting. "Go on. You can trust me." Of course, longtime fans knew this was the worst person to trust. But Luna, desperate and vulnerable, poured out the truth. She revealed the tangled situation she had gotten herself into, a night blurred by confusion, a betrayal she never intended, and the devastating knowledge that it could destroy not only her relationship, but also shatter her family's fragile peace. The more Luna spoke, the more Sheila's expression shifted from faux sympathy to gleeful intrigue. She had just been handed a weapon, and she knew exactly how to use it. "So Will's not the only one who made a mistake," Sheila whispered almost to herself, piecing together the puzzle. "Oh, Luna, you've given me more than a confession. You've given me power." Luna recoiled. "You promised you wouldn't use this against me." Sheila smiled slowly, predatorily. "Sweetheart, I didn't promise you anything. But don't worry, I'll keep your little secret for now." Ridge and Brooke sensed trouble. While these storms brewed, Ridge and Brooke shared a lighter moment at Forrester Creations, but even their banter carried an undertone of foreboding. Brooke mentioned how unsettled she felt lately, like something was about to explode in the family. Ridge teased her about her intuition, but even he admitted there was a strange tension in the air. Their conversation shifted to Will, who had been spending more time at the Forrester guest house. Brooke mused aloud, "He's growing up fast, but I just hope he's not getting himself into situations he isn't ready for." Ridge frowned. "Situations?" Brooke shrugged. "Call it a mother's instinct. Something's off." The camera cut to Will again, sitting alone, clutching his phone like it was a lifeline he couldn't bring himself to use. The parallel editing hinted that Brooke's instinct was dead on. Liam connects the dots. Later in the episode, Liam caught up with Luna outside the Forrester office. Her eyes were red from crying, and her body language screamed guilt. "Luna, what's going on with you?" Liam asked softly. "You and Will, you're both acting like the sky's falling." Luna froze, panic flickering across her face. She wanted to deny it, but Liam's probing gaze broke down her defenses. Instead of answering, she whispered, "You don't understand. If the truth comes out, everything will change." Liam's brow furrowed. He wasn't sure what truth she meant, but the puzzle pieces were starting to look like they might fit together. Sheila's next move. The final moments of the episode returned to Sheila, who stood in her apartment staring out the window with a sly grin. She replayed Luna's confession in her mind, savoring every word. "She thinks I'm her secret keeper," Sheila said aloud, laughing darkly. "But secrets are meant to be used. And when I play this card, no one in that family will see it coming." As she spoke, she picked up her phone and scrolled through her contacts. The camera zoomed in ominously on the screen as her finger hovered over Bill Spencer's name. Fade to black. Episode takeaways. Friday's episode set the stage for explosive fallout. Will's bedroom mistake, still shrouded in mystery, but his panic made it clear the consequences could be dire. Luna's confession. In her desperation, she chose the one person who can never be trusted, Sheila. Sheila's leverage. With Luna's secret in her hands, she now holds dangerous power over the Forrestos and the Spencers. Liam's suspicion. His instincts are leading him toward the truth, but whether he uncovers it in time remains to be seen. Foreshadowing. Brooke's intuition suggests the family's about to be hit with a revelation that could tear them apart. The episode left viewers with a perfect cliffhanger. Will Sheila use Luna's confession to manipulate Bill, Ridge, or Liam? And when Will's bedroom mistake inevitably comes to light, will it tie directly into Luna's burden, or will these be two separate, ticking time bombs ready to detonate at once? One thing is certain. Friday's Bold and the Beautiful didn't just deliver a recap of regrets and secrets, it set the fuse for explosions to come.